Hello everybody, my name is Edgar Rodriguez. This is Kip, my service dog, and today we are going to be working on reward training. Almost everybody knows what reward training is. It's actually rewarding your dog every time he do what you ask him to do. Today we're going to be working with different type of rewards. One, we're going to start with food, and every time you start a new behavior, you want your dog to start with food. The thing is, sometimes I see a lot of people getting stuck in food, and every time they give a dog a command, the dog has to get a treat. And what happens later on is that when there's no treat, and then the dog don't do the command, and it have to be food involved for the dog to do the command. The way I'm going to show you today is going to prevent that to happen. We're going to start with food. We're going to go to toys, to different kind of toys, including tug play, and that's going to show you how to go from food and transition to each step that we're going to be taking today, and that way your dog is not going to be stuck in food. The first thing we're going to do is actually use food. Come on, Kip. Yes. And every video that I show you, if you follow my channel, you see that I use market words. And market words are essential if you want your dog not to stay stuck in food, because the market word in itself is a reward. Because in their head, it gets, okay, I did what I have to do, something good is gonna come after this. And that can be petting, toy, or food. So we're gonna continue with food, like I said. Coucher. No. Coucher. No. Coucher. No. Go. No. What just happened right now, it's an episode that you may see in your house sometimes. He was anticipating the food. My hand was on the treat bag. I was giving the command, and then he was moving forward towards the food. And this is something that happens a lot. I was correcting him by saying no, and then giving him the command again until he was in place, and then I released the food. But actually it was my mistake, because I was the one who had my hand on the food at all times. And that's a mistake that we all make. So we want to make sure when we give the command, we don't have the food in our hands. So we're gonna do it. Come on, Kip, come. There's coucher. No, coucher. Good. Good boy. Good. See the difference? He can see my hands. I mean, you don't have to be showing your hands that way. I just did it so you can see it in the video. But if my hands is in the bag, and then once the problem start, and every time we give the command, if we are almost luring the dog with the food, and then we're doing something wrong, and that's gonna make the dog to want to work only for food. And yes, I use a lot of luring with food. That's the first stage of every command almost. I start with the luring. After the luring, I reward with food. And I always use the market words, because what's going to happen later is I'm not going to use the food at all times, only sometimes. There's not going to be any reward sometimes. Get free. Free. Keep them. Coucher. Good. Good boy. You see, there's no food there. My hands were away from the bag, and that way he didn't make the mistake to try to go for the food, because he don't know. And they were good. It was enough for him to stay in place. He's still waiting for some type of reward, which I can be petting him. That could be a reward himself. But yes, the good word, it is a reward. Now we're gonna switch from food to toys. In the first ones I'm gonna be using are tug toys. I like these because I can fit them in the back pocket, and I can hide them with my clothes. I don't want him to be looking at them. This is a surprise when they come out, and I can go ahead and come out and pull it out. The only thing is with this type of toys is this is a tug type of game where you have to be careful how you do this game if you don't know how to do it. Today I'm not teaching you how to play tug. You're gonna see me do it. I might touch some of the points as I go. Okay, yes. Yes, good boy. Out. That's the first thing your dog needs to know how to do. If your dog doesn't know how to out, and then you're in trouble, because after he grab it, He won't let it go. So you have to teach your dog how to out, and that will be a whole other video about tugging, and I definitely will do one of those videos. But today, all I want to show is that you can switch from food now to toy. Couché. Good. Yes. Out. Couché. Assis. Yes. Out. Couché. And this is a different type of game. So this is where this game is where he's really involved with me. I will right now let him win the talk and see to show you how he will come back to me, because this and me comes together. There's no fun without me playing this game. That's part of a talk video, but I want you to see the idea. Yes. All right, wait. He comes back. All right, wait. And he's there because he learned that if he wants to play with this toy, I need to be attached to it. Otherwise, it becomes a boring game. Good. Good boy. Out. Couché. Couché. No. Couché. Good boy. So he knows that this toy without me is not fun. So he always will bring it to me, but you had to teach your dog how to do that. So that will be for another video. The third toy that we're gonna use, or the second toy that we're gonna use, is the ball. This is his favorite. This one, no, couché. This one has a little rope that's gonna let me play a little bit of tug with him. But the difference with this one is this: if this is a new command, and then you have a problem, you're gonna throw the ball, he comes back, so it's 1 repetition, and then you do that again, 2 repetitions. You won't get as many repetitions that you can get doing with food. But remember, you start the behavior with luring with food, and then you use market words, and then you can start using toys like this, because you want him to get away from food, and you want him to do the command with nothing. And having all these tools is going to allow you to teach your dog to do it that way. Yes, that's his favorite. He's going to bring it back to me because he knows with me the toy has life. And then he wins. Out. Couché. Good. Yes. And he comes. You see, this would be a new behavior, and then this is going to slow down the process. So your dog needs to learn the behavior with food, and this is when your dog is getting away from the food to new things. That way they don't get stuck with food. One other way that you can use this is by throwing the ball itself. So you can say, come on, keep come. Nope, couché. Yes. And I throw the ball. You bring it back. I use this a lot for healing. Out. Out. So I'm going to show you right now how I use this tool to improve healing. This is not a healing video, but you're going to see this tool in action, and that particular exercise is perfect. I start healing with food and food luring, and market words and all that, but and then this is my finishing tool. I'm just going to show you how it works. Au pied. Au pied. Nope, au pied. Yes! Boy. The way I did it right now, I just want you to see the ball. That's why I have it here in my hand. But the real way that I use it, and this is more like for competition healing, but it can, as a service dog, it will improve your healing too. And this is a finishing touch on healing. All I'm trying to do to show you how this tool is good for this specific command or this specific behavior, how the tugs are good for all the specific behaviors. That's all I'm trying to point here. How I use different tools for different behaviors after the dog knows how to do it with food and with market words in luring with food, okay? This is getting the dog away from food, okay? Let's go. So the way I do it is by, I hide the ball right here in my armpit, up here. Keep come, up here. He knows the ball is there, up here. Yes, and I drop it. That's one way I use this to improve the healing. Good boy. But you see, he wants to play. He brings him to me. He don't take it away. He comes back, and well, he's gonna sit down there with it right now. But for the most part, keep come. He brings it back to me because he know with me, this toy has life. Out. No. Yes. Out. Yes. You see, I don't know if you saw that right there. It was when he grabbed the ball, he was really close to me. Those mistakes that you can make. That's why I say when you come to play with ball or a tug, you have to know a little bit what you're doing because accidents can happen. He won't mean to bite you, but he was really close to me there. I could have get bit really quick. The most important part of this video is learning tools that is going to help you to start your dog training with food and then switch to other things where you don't need to have food every time your dogs do the command. At the beginning, yes, you will have to do it, but at the end, your dog should do the command without any food or any reward. That's going to be all for today. I hope you like this video. If this video was useful for you, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. That way you get notified every time we post a new video. Right, dude?